All right, we're going to start the July the 7th, 2026 meeting. We'll have the invitation by Mr. Hart, Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Wilson. Please stand.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you through your abundant grace and mercy that have allowed us to come back together to conduct the city's business. And Father, we thank you for the return of familiar faces, those we haven't seen in a while, and you brought them back safely, and we give you praise for that. We pray that you will help us to come together in the spirit of unity. Even though we may disagree, let us not disrespect or disengage from one another, but continue to work together as brothers and sisters. And we say a special prayer over all the men and women of the armed forces serving all over the world and our first responders here in Ocoee. Watch over them as they watch over us. We give you the praise, the honor, and the glory you do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Wilson? Here. Mayor Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Ferstner is absent. Commissioner Oliver?
Here.
All right. First thing we're going to have is presentation and proclamations. Let's do let's read the proclamation first, and then we'll have the show. We got dignitaries here tonight. All right, whereas on July the 4th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed, marking the birth of the United States of America and affirming the fundamental principles of liberty, equality, and the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And whereas the year 2026 marks the 250th anniversary of this historic event, providing an opportunity for Americans to reflect upon the ideals that shaped our nation and continue to guide our democracy today. And whereas this semi-centennial anniversary is being recognized at the national, state, and local levels, encouraging communities across the country to honor the sacrifices, achievements, and enduring civic spirit of generations of Americans who have contributed to our nation's history over the past 250 years. Whereas local governments play an important role in preserving history, encouraging civic engagement, promoting patriotism, and fostering community pride for current and future generations. And whereas the city of Ocoee proudly recognizes this milestone in our nation's history through festive America 250, pole banners displayed along Bluford Avenue and McGee Street in downtown Ocoee, as well as patriotic America 250 decorations at the historical Withers McGuire House, commemorating this historic occasion. And whereas the city of Ocoee will host its annual July the 4th celebration, inviting residents and visitors to come together in celebration of America's 250th anniversary and enjoy family-friendly American 250 activities, patriotic festivities, and fireworks. And whereas the city of Ocoee joins communities throughout the nation commemorate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and reaffirming our commitment to the ideals and freedoms upon which the United States of America was founded. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Mayor and City Commission of the City of Ocoee, Florida, that July the 4th, 2026, and the year 2026 be recognized as a time to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and that the City of Ocoee encourages all residents to participate in civic, educational, and community celebrations throughout the year, honoring this historic milestone in our nation's history. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Ocoee, Florida, to be affixed this 7th day of July, 2026. Rusty Johnson, Mayor. Is anybody getting that? These young ladies? Be able to do that while they do, after they do their, y'all, are they coming up? Let's see. America 250 proclamation. Are y'all supposed to come up? Well, how about you come up anyway? We're gonna let somebody introduce you. Where's Joy? Where's Joy at? She's not in here? There she is. How about you come up front and we'll introduce you.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we have the Daughters of the American Revolution here to accept the America 250 proclamation, and we have Abigail Adams, Lady Adams, and okay, and they are here to accept the proclamation.
We supposed to sign something?
Kathy Rawls. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you.
Everybody stand up back here where they can see us all. Yeah, but do we do it now?
Yeah.
Hold on, folks.
It's hot.
Good dress there, Mayor.
Send them over. Where's your hair, boo? You ain't gonna wear it?
That thing's hot. You gonna wear it?
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it. I'll tell you what, it's a big one.
Okay, oh, good.
Okay, hurry up and take
I always wondered what hair was like. You know,
All right, just take these pictures. So let's get this done. This thing's hot.
what, take pictures?
I can't see.
It looks good on you.
I'm done. Yeah.
I'm not taking it. It's too much work.
Yeah. Keep my head from getting burnt.
I'm not taking it off. Then I'll need a hairbrush.
I'd like to say a couple things about the young ladies about, they were at the decoration and the 250 celebration Saturday night. What a wonderful thing. And then under the decoration, there was it John Adams? Who was it? John Adams and
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson and you heard of Paul Revere riding the horse, but this was Pauline Revere. Pauline Revere rode the horse back and forth across the front of the people there at the thing Saturday night. And we were grateful because it rained earlier and everybody came back, stayed there, and it was great. We must have had I say a couple thousand people, I don't know. It was super. So we want to thank them for coming out and doing that and staying there and going through it. You gonna keep that on all night?
It takes too much work to
I
get it
keep
off.
overlooking, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
I
lose
did
my
it.
track of thought process here.
It's
All right.
gonna be too much work.
So, and it was music and the fireworks were super. We had 15 minutes solid fireworks. It was great. All right, we're gonna go, let's see where we're at now. I've got the paper back underneath here. All right. Staff reports.
Thank you, Mayor. Got a couple things. North Lakewood Avenue construction update. Underground utility work will begin on July 13th and is projected to continue through the end of the summer for Phase 1 of the work and through the end of the summer of 2028 for Phase 2 of the work. There will be expected traffic delays, and the times below until August 7th, Monday through Friday, work will occur from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. During the school year, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. For construction updates, you can sign up for our Everbridge notification system by texting Lakewood to 333-111. That's by texting Lakewood to 333-111. Another item we have, it just as a reminder that the City of Ocoee will be performing a full aerification of the tee boxes, fairways, and greens at Forest Lake Golf Course from July 27th through July 30th. During this time, the course, driving range, and restaurant will be closed to allow the work to be completed safely and efficiently. This is going to reap some pretty big rewards in terms of the overall quality of the turf, especially since we're in the rainy season now. We expect to see a really great set of course conditions improving. And just one final reminder, the first budget workshop will be August 5th at 6 p.m. here in the chambers. And the second one, if needed, will be August 19th at 6 p.m. here in the chambers, with budget hearings on September 9th and 23rd. And I have nothing further.
That it?
Yes, sir.
All right, public comments. First, we'll start off with Yvette Palomo. 3 minutes. Everybody has 3 minutes on the public comments.
Good evening. I am Yvette Palomo, farmer, mother, first responder, whistleblower, and a candidate for Florida's Congressional District 11. January 30th, 2026, I filed. Before the seat was open, before the path was clear, before the district was redrawn. I filed because the American kitchen table is under siege by the bureaucratic state. It is with great honor that I stand here before you to point out some of the ways in which the bureaucratic state has failed us. Familial security fails us when a single mother from Ocoee cannot afford to feed her child food from the pyramid. Economic security fails us when grandparents from the villages are facing the loss of their home because they cannot pay the rising home insurance price costs. Economic security fails us when a farmer from Lake County is regulated out of farming. Political security fails us when the consent of the governed of Florida's District 11 has been completely betrayed. After 6 months of boots on the ground, I have forged a covenant for the American kitchen table, and it is one that I ask you to keep me accountable on. One architecture, 3 strikes. The first, the REINS Act. Every rule that takes money away from your kitchen table must go before Congress. Strike 2, the Administrative Independence Act. When a bureaucracy accuses you, you have the right to stand before a real court and not a kangaroo tribunal court. Strike 3, the Sunshine Mandate. I will speak, I will expose, I will question every rule that seeks from the bureaucratic state to take money away from your kitchen table. And when the REINS Act passes, then every single rule, we can look back on it and make some changes. This is not reform. This is restoration of the constitutional order. I am Yvette Palomo, mother, farmer, whistleblower, first responder, and the woman who has the chutzpah to strike. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Moyer?
Good evening. My name's Dr. Jim Moyer. I'm the elected Orange Soil and Water Conservation District 2 Supervisor, and this presentation, as always, is mine and mine alone as the District 2 Supervisor. According to UN, earlier this year, we're on the dawn of an era of global water bankruptcy. The Soil and Water, our purpose is to work with other federal, state, and local agencies and implement land and water resource protection practices. Water is a finite global natural resource that sustains all life. According to the UN report earlier this year, we're amid chronic groundwater depletion, water overallocation, land and soil degradation, and pollution, all compounded by global warming, global heating. The UN report of scientists says by 2030, AI could be guzzling as much as 1.3 billion people in sub-Saharan Africa consume in 1 year for their domestic water needs. The scientists, the leader of this group said, you have to decide if you want to continue using your water for agriculture or if you want to put it into data centers. The key, life is the key, water is the key to life. The key to D2 C3 water challenge is C1, change your habits. C2, conserve water use. C3, clean water bodies. And do this year-round, not just during the dry season. Take personal responsibility. You have current habits, change them, make new and improved habits. Thank you for your time, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Moyer. Noreen Dworkin.
Good evening, all. I'm Noreen Dworkin, Editor-in-Chief of Vox Populi. I just wanted to share some news. Vox Populi has been named a finalist in the Sunshine State Awards in 2 categories. We have been named in election reporting and in non-deadline news reporting in the state and national category. In election reporting, we are up against the Sun Sentinel in South Florida and the Miami Herald. And in non-deadline news reporting, we are up against the Associated Press and the Suncoast Searchlight. So the Sunshine State Awards are administered by the Society of Professional Journalists, and they are Florida's oldest and largest journalism awards competition. So I just want to take a moment while I have the mic here, just to say one thing. Here at Vox Populi, we believe in journalism as a public service. Like the commissioners, we serve you all. Our content, our videos, our articles, they are always free. Nothing is ever behind a paywall. But our stuff is not free to produce. Our journalism costs time, it costs resources, reporters cost money, good reporters cost a lot of money. And as you can see, we punch well above our weight. So I'm going to ask for your help as a community to help us continue to bring our reporting to you. I'm going to ask you as a community to please invest in us so that we can continue to invest in our reporting. Because bold, fearless journalism is what keeps you informed and what keeps our democracy going. Our website is wintergardenvox.com, and you can find ways there to donate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Mr. Loftus?
Good evening. Platt Loftus, Waste Pro, Florida, 3705 St. John's Parkway, Sanford. Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners, and staff. I believe I'm a bit here late. My apologies. I should have been here at the prior meeting, but nonetheless, I'm here just to introduce Waste Pro, who we are and what we do, and also to express interest in the city's solid waste agreement, or bid if it is forthcoming. My company is celebrating our 25th year of existence. We started 25 years ago right down the road in the town of Windermere. Since then, we have entered into agreements, solid waste agreements with Maitland, Winter Park, and most recently the town of Oakland and Eatonville. Outside of Orange County, we service over 128 municipalities in the state of Florida. Outside of Florida, we service we're right at 11 states in the southeast. We are family owned, we are growing, and we are here to stay. We have a commitment to service. Service and value is really all we have to sell. And that's what we've grown our footprint with. We are not always the lowest price hauler, but we always try to give the best value and the best service. So that's really all I have to say. Again, I'm here late, my apologies, but if this contract is going out to bid, we're very interested in this city's business. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're down to consent agenda.
I'd like to make a motion to pull item 4 on the consent agenda for discussion.
We have to have a second.
I'll second.
All right, move. Number 4, motion by Commissioner Oliver, seconded by Commissioner Kennedy.
With clarification, you're pulling it to discuss it separately?
Yes.
I second that.
All right.
That's all we need.
Huh?
Motion and second is all we need.
All right, I got it. All right, we need to vote on the rest of them.
I'll do that.
one-
I'll make a
let me-
motion.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
1 through 13 with 4 separate. All right?
Yes.
This is 1 through
1 through 3 and
then
5 through
13.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right, motion approved by Commissioner Kennedy. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wilson. Let's vote. All right, now who's going to talk about, okay, Commissioner?
Well, item number 4 is it has a site plan attached to it, and it is an item on our consent agenda that discusses a variance, not a variance, but actually an easement for a project to put a 7-Eleven on the corner of Clark Road and Ocoee Vista Road. And I'm looking at the site plan. I've spoken with several residents about this particular project at length. I've met with the developer of the project, and there's a couple of items that I'm looking on the site plan that I was hoping to see that I don't see. Maybe I can get some clarification on that. I was looking for a light on the corner of Ocoee Vista Road and Clark Road. And also, there should be 2 deceleration lanes on Clark Road coming to the project before you get to the corner.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. Brett McFarland, Development Services. So those 2 items, the light at the intersection of Ocoee Vista Parkway and Clark Road, as well as the deceleration lanes. I'll speak to the light first. That is an ongoing item that we're discussing with the developer, and we will more than likely be bringing back a development agreement regarding what their proportionate fair share for the construction for the light will be. This item that is before you tonight is strictly the easement granting access to the site from Clark Road. The site is under review under our small-scale site plan application and is still actively being reviewed. Staff is at a point now in the review process where we are comfortable bringing this easement before you because the reviews that are undergoing with the remaining ones, engineering and our utilities department, are not going to change the location of the access on Ocoee Vista Parkway, on Clark Road, which is where this easement would grant them access. Regarding the deceleration lane, this is something that we have discussed with the developer. I believe it was brought up at a meeting between the developer, some community members, as well as some members of the commission. This is not something that is warranted by staff's analysis. It was something that was discussed, but it's not an item that staff can enforce and make the developer put in as a part of this project.
But both items are off-site improvements that we'll be discussing as part of the development agreement. At this point, we're just looking at the cross-access, but we are still negotiating and discussing these off-site improvements. Developer has agreed to the signal. The off-site improvement for the turn lane is solely on our property, so that we still need to go through those details. But they are both items that we have discussed with the developer. We just have to work out the details as to the proportionate and how we can get those implemented as part of this project, as we're looking for the developer to put in the signal with their property.
It's a little disheartening for me to see this project moving forward without securing an agreement to have the light come up, because the way I see it as a matter of public safety. There is a fire station right across from the entrance of this project. There is a 4-lane highway now. It used to be a 2-lane. Now it's a 4-lane highway. And we also have folks that's negotiating left turns coming out of there, negotiating across 3 lanes just to get to a left turn. So I was hoping to see an agreement in place where the light would go up simultaneously with the project itself. If the project goes, that means that this project will be fully operational before there's a light there. And what that does, that tells me that then now we have an issue of public safety. So that, for me, I have a problem with that. And, that's just me. I can't speak for anybody else, but that's just, and I think a lot of the residents that live there have a problem with that as well, because everybody don't have the same reaction time. Coming down that hill, we don't have deceleration lanes in the site plan as well. And again, you imagine, someone that don't have good reaction time trying to negotiate that left turn and negotiate it the wrong way. It could be a matter of life and death for some. Others may easily make that negotiation and make that turn, but some may not be able to. So I can't, in good conscience, say, yeah, this is a good project and I can approve this project, knowing that this is not happening in the interest of public safety.
Well, we do know, and the developer can come up and speak to this also, they have agreed to put in the signal, and they also need it as part of their development, so they are looking to do it in conjunction with their development, especially the signal. The turn lane still needs to be worked out and designed with our engineering crew at Public Works, so that's why that hasn't come in yet. But this is all part of an agreement that will come through before the project is operational. Right now, we're just still in the site plan stage and looking for this piece of approval before they can move forward. Without this cross-access, they would have to go back to the drawing board and redo their site. As they are allowed access onto Clark, we're just trying to negotiate the most proper access to Clark, having both our property and their property.
Yeah, I do recall we had a project where we had a pickleball court come in, and there was some issues with noise, and that developer took it upon themselves to go back to the drawing table to redesign it to the, for the residents and the noise that it presented to the residents across from them. So I was hoping that this developer would do the same. That's all I got.
All right, go ahead.
Interesting discussion. I didn't understand the answer that I thought you gave as to the timeliness of this versus the site plan and the development agreement. Can you explain why we're voting on this easement now? And is the site plan and the development agreement coming to us? And if so, why isn't this part of that package? What is
What is the consequence of doing this now?
So their original site plan, or their original, as this property is being developed, they are allowed access on Clark Road, wherever their property is. However, we own a strip of land across their property between Clark and their property. So they would need a cross-access agreement before they could move forward.
Correct.
As we've been going through the site plan development stage, we own the property to the south. And we wanted to make sure that there weren't going to be two right-hand, right-out accesses. So for safety reasons, we wanted to negotiate this cross-access agreement utilizing one access point for both properties. Now, as this negotiation before they finalize their site plan, we need this agreement in place to make sure that we have the access in this location for both properties, our property and their property. Otherwise, if this access isn't in place, or this agreement isn't in place, they would have to go back to the drawing board, redo their site for the access solely on their property without connecting to ours. Since they are granted this access, they would still be coming back to you for this access agreement, but it would be in a different location. So we need to approve this, or we need the commission to approve this, so then we can finalize their site plan. And once their site plan's finalized, then we can come to you with the developer agreement for the rest of the site and for the rest of the work that still needs to go. They still need to go through a construction and building permits, and we still have an opportunity, and we're still talking with them and have a good relationship as we're developing this developer agreement. They have agreed to the signal. It's all part of our capital improvement program. It's just a matter of, for impact fees and proportionate share, how is this going to be implemented? But they have offered to construct it as part of their site as they need it for safe access to get into the 7-Eleven, especially with the larger trucks. Otherwise, you would be stuck there at a location that doesn't have a signal that we've identified is definitely warranted for a signal for a while.
So to clarify, you can't negotiate the final site plan with access without this easement, is basically it.
Basically, yes. The current site plan has it as a shared access for both properties. If this is not approved, they would have to now redo their site plan to identify the access just solely on their property.
I agree with the points raised by Commissioner Oliver, but as long as we're going to get a chance to hear those and to vote on the final site plan, I am for granting the easement solely to empower you to negotiate and design the access. Am I safe in that statement? Am I getting anything I don't want by voting for this?
You will still have a developer agreement in front of you, yes, sir. This is a small scale, so usually does not come in front of the commission, but we will come in front with the developer agreement and the final site plan as part of that.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
I have a question, if you don't mind. With the shared access that you're discussing, is that going to be a right-in, right-out?
Yes, it will be,
Okay,
because it's too close to the Clark and 80 MIMS and also the
Yes.
new signal that we're putting in.
that's a concern. I do agree with Commissioner Oliver, and I know that's a very bad intersection, that Ocoee Vista, for people to get out currently.
Yes.
And when you add a 7-Eleven or any business there, it's going to change that. I think I agree both with Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Oliver at this point. There's a lot more issues to come forward. Thank you.
Nick,
Would you like to speak to
no,
the,
can we let him
any questions for the developer?
develop or not? Go ahead. Yeah, you can ask. Anybody got any questions?
No, the only thing I'm very concerned about is the traffic signal. That's a
Yeah,
factor.
good afternoon.
That's a concern.
Guarantee you.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, Commissioner. My name's Alan Peacock. I'm with V3 Capital. We're the developer on the project. So I just wanted to step forward just to see if y'all had any questions directly for me. I think Nick and Brett did a good job of articulating the current situation. Just as a note, we are building the access for our property as well as for y'all's and maintaining that at our cost. So it's just another piece of the equation just for y'all to consider. And Commissioner Oliver certainly appreciated meeting with you and the HOA the other day. So we're here if y'all need any questions answered or anything at all. So thank you.
All right. I need a motion. Mr. Oliver? Somebody needs to make a motion on bringing that back. We got to vote for it one way or the other.
I'll make a motion.
What's your motion?
I'll make a motion to approve item 4.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Kennedy. Here's a second.
I'm going to second that.
Seconded by Commissioner Wilson. Any more comments? If not, let's vote.
Fails.
All right. It's a tie.
Fails.
Huh?
Tie is a fail.
Ties
Ties
fails. Bring it back.
I do understand how Commissioner Oliver feels. I mean, I understand that.
Well, we all do that.
Yeah.
We've had the citizens here. It'll get to come back.
Okay.
So we'll have a commissioner back, I hope, next meeting. Right, Craig?
We believe that Commissioner Fershman will be here at the next commission meeting.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
So, 2 weeks. Right?
Yep.
All right,
Can you do that?
all right, let's see. First reading of ordinances, number 14. First reading of an ordinance establishing procedure, rules to challenge candidates to the city commission under section C10 and section C11 of the city charter.
An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, amending Chapter 5, Section 3 of the City Code to establish procedural rules implementing Section C10 of the City Charter, under which the City Commission shall judge whether the requirements for candidates for the City Commission have been met, providing for potential objections, establishing procedures for an evidentiary hearing to ensure due process, including notice to affected parties, providing for appeals, providing that no person shall be barred from running for office absent clear and convincing evidence in accordance with Section C11 of the City Charter, providing for forfeiture of office proceedings, providing that the procedures established herein are in addition to any provided under state law, providing for conflict, severability, and codification, and providing for an effective date.
All right, this, this first reading, we have no public hearing on this one. It'll come back on July the 21st for the second reading and public hearing. All right, number 15, first reading of an ordinance establishing an emergency medical services division and emergency medical services enterprise fund.
An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, amending Chapter 78, Fire Prevention and Emergency Medical Response of the City of Ocoee Code of Ordinances by renaming Chapter 78 Fire Prevention and creating a new Chapter 79 entitled Emergency Medical Services Division, establishing an Emergency Medical Services Enterprise Fund, providing for the administration, operation, accounting, budgeting, billing, collection, and use of revenues related to emergency medical services, ambulance transportation, treatment, and related services, authorizing the City Commission to adopt rates, fees, charges, billing policies, and cost recovery policies by resolution, authorizing participation in federal, state, and intergovernmental EMS reimbursement and supplemental payment programs, prevailing in the event of any inconsistency, providing for implementation, codification, severability, and an effective date.
All right, same thing, public hearing, July the 21st, then we open it up for reading and then public hearings. All right, number 16, first reading of ordinance for the text amendment to the Land Development Code, creating section 4-13 to establish regulations and procedures for certified recovery residents.
An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, amending Article 4 of the Ocoee Land Development Code to create Section 4-13 to establish regulations and procedures for certified recovery residences, including a process for requesting reasonable accommodation as required by Chapter 2025-182 Laws of Florida, providing for definitions, providing for a reasonable accommodation process in accordance with federal and state law, providing for application requirements, review procedures and deadlines, providing for revocation and reinstatement, providing for severability, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date.
Same thing, come back July the 21st, public hearing, and reread. All right, number 17, first reading of the ordinance for 5068 Adair Street, Torres, Aguilar, Salcedo, property annexation and rezoning from Orange County A1 to City of Ocoee R1.
All right, the first is the annexation ordinance. An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, annexing into the corporate limits of the City of Ocoee, Florida, certain real property containing approximately .38 acres located at 5068 Adair Street, located west of Adair Street, approximately 750 feet south of the intersection of Claricona Ocoee Road and Adair Street, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner. Finding said annexation to be consistent with the Envision 2045 Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, the Ocoee City Code, and the Joint Planning Area Agreement, providing for and authorizing the update of the official city maps, providing direction to the city clerk, providing for severability prevailing in the event of any inconsistency, and providing for an effective date. The next is the rezoning ordinance, an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, changing the zoning classification from Orange County A1 Citrus Rural District to City of Ocoee R1 Single Family Dwelling District on certain real property containing approximately .38 acres located at 5068 Adair Street, located west of Adair Street, approximately 750 feet south of the intersection of Claricona Ocoee Road and Adair Street, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding such zoning to be consistent with the Envision 2045 Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city zoning map prevailing in the event of any inconsistency, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
This number 17 will be back on the 21st of July for the public hearing and vote. All right, we go into second reading of ordinances, public hearings. Number 18, second reading of an ordinance regulating micro-mobility vehicles. Police Chief Ogburn.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. This is second reading of the ordinance concerning the micromobility ordinance, which encompasses e-bikes, e-scooters, and some e-motorcycles. This has been a huge uptick in the number of instances of individuals riding micromobility devices on the roadways, right-of-ways, and in the parks in Ocoee, mainly Central Florida, but we're focusing on Ocoee. Some of the operators are wearing the required safety equipment and some are not. Since October, we've had 16 incidents involving some type of cycle. We've identified 8 of them having involved micromobility devices, meaning they're e-scooter or e-bikes. According to a New York study, the fatality rate of e-bike riders is 37 times higher than on a traditional pedal bike. E-bikes and e-scooters, they have all the rights and duties applicable to the rider of a traditional bicycle. The operators are not required to have a registration or insurance to operate them. The requirements are the operators must comply with state laws and ordinance. Careless and reckless operation of these e-bikes and e-scooters is strictly prohibited. Audible warnings are required when sharing the sidewalk with pedestrians. Proper lighting is required when operating between the hours of sunset and sunrise. Operators 16 years of age and under are required to wear helmets. And parents and guardians shall not knowingly permit a minor to violate the provisions of the state law or ordinance. The prohibited acts of what we've been seeing around Ocoee is wheelies on public roadways, racing on the public roadways, operating while impaired, operating on environmentally sensitive or private property, meaning your parks with your turf and they tearing them up, stunt riding on public roadway. The penalties, micro-mobility devices, e-scooters, and e-bikes are regulated under the bicycle laws, Florida State Statute 316.2065. Violators can be fined per state statute of $15 per violation per occurrence. And parents can be cited for allowing an operator 16 years of age or under to violate the state law or ordinance. Are there any questions?
Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You got something to read?
Yes, I do. The second reading, an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, amending Chapter 153 of the City Code, Streets and Sidewalks, to establish a new Article 5 to regulate and govern the operation of electric bicycles, electric scooters, and other micromobility devices, providing definitions, establishing operational requirements and restrictions, establishing sidewalk, street, park, and public property regulations, prohibiting reckless operation and stunts, providing for enforcement, penalties, severability, conflicts, codification, and an effective date.
All right. Anybody else got any comments? If not, we need a vote.
Is it public?
No,
Need a motion?
need a motion, I thought.
Oh, it's a public hearing, I didn't know.
Yeah, we need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Wilson, seconded by Commissioner Oliver. All right, let's vote.
I'm sorry, Mayor, did you open the public hearing?
I didn't hear what
Is
you
there any
Did you
public?
open the public
Is there any
hearing?
public?
Oh, no, I didn't.
It's a public hearing.
All right.
Is there any public? Yeah.
Anybody in the public have any comments on item 18, second reading of an ordinance regulating micro-mobility vehicles? Nope. All right. All right, let's go back to it. Motion made, seconded. Let's vote. Motion carries with 4 votes and Commissioner Forster absent. All right, sorry about that. Number 19, second reading of an ordinance to create Chapter 105 Master Capital Project and Service Assessment.
Mayor, I'm going to cover this one. Director Bowling is here and available to answer any questions that you may have. You've seen this, and we've talked about it quite a bit. As part of your kindness towards the residents and businesses who benefited from the Floral Avenue sewer project, we offered an assessment program that essentially implements a payment plan. This ordinance before you sets us up to be able to provide this assessment program, and we have, in addition to this assessment program, we've offered the ability for people to pay up front. We've offered the state mandatory 24-month payment plan on the utility bill, and this is a 10-year non-ad valorem assessment, so it gives them a 10-year payoff. Just as a refresher, if you would recall that we received a grant that actually pays for the connection construction, and all that our residents and businesses are on the hook for is the actual capital charge itself. So we would recommend approval. And have nothing further. If you have any questions, please let us know.
All right, you guys. Read.
Yes. An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, relating to the provision of services, facilities, programs, and local improvements within the City of Ocoee, Florida, adopting Chapter 105 of the City of Ocoee Code of Ordinances entitled Master Capital Project and Service Assessments, authorizing the imposition and collection of special assessments against property within the City of Ocoee, providing certain definitions and defining the terms assessment, service assessment, and capital assessment, providing for the creation of assessment areas, establishing the procedures for imposing capital and service assessments, establishing procedures for notice and adoption of assessment rolls, providing that assessments constitute a lien on assessed property upon the adoption of the assessment roll, providing that the lien for an assessment collected pursuant to sections 193.3632 and 197.3635 Florida statutes upon perfections shall attach to the property on or prior to January 1st, the lien date for ad valorem taxes, providing that a perfected lien shall be equal in rank and dignity with the liens of all state, city, district, or municipal taxes and assessments, and superior in dignity to all other prior liens, mortgages, titles, and claims, authorizing exemptions, providing procedures for collection of assessments, providing a mechanism for the imposition of assessments on government property, providing for issuance of obligations, declaring the provisions of this ordinance to be supplemental, additional, and an alternative method, providing for applicability and severability, providing for conflicts and codification, and providing an effective date.
All right, open the public hearing. Anybody in the public have any comments on item 19? All right, we'll cancel, bring it back to the dais. Any comments from commissioners? If not, I need a motion.
I'll make that motion to approve.
Motion made, Commissioner Wilson. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Kennedy. No more comments, let's vote. Motion's 4-0, Commissioner Firstner absent. All right, number 20, public hearing. Public hearing for Walmart Neighborhood Market Sign Variance, project number VR-26-02. Planner Belzer.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. Tonight I'll be presenting the Walmart Neighborhood Market Sign Variance for their new property located at 10738 Carcona Ocoee Road. For issues, it is whether the Honorable Mayor and City Commission should approve the variances to Article 8, Sections 8, 6A, and D of the Land Development Code to allow the following: a maximum sign height of 10 feet and 4 inches for the north sign elevation, a maximum sign height of 7 feet 9 inches for the east sign elevation, a maximum sign area of 460 square feet for the north sign elevation, a maximum sign area of 160 square feet for the east sign elevation, a maximum sign height of 1 foot 6 inches for the north canopy, and a maximum sign width of 22 feet for the north canopy.
All right. Any discussions from the commissioners?
I have a few more things to show you guys. I can speed through it pretty quickly for the variance for my presentation.
I couldn't hear what you said.
I have a few more slides to show you guys, if I can
Okay.
get through that real
All
quickly
right.
for you. Yeah.
We
so-
need all the facts we can get.
Yeah, gotcha. So for background, the property is located within Ocoee Village Center PUD. Despite being at a PUD, it doesn't have any deviations for the signage code, so we'll just follow that provided in Article 8. It has frontage along Clarkona Ocoee Road and North Lakewood Avenue, so it's a corner lot. And the proposed building size is a little bit under 50,000 square feet. Here we have the aerial photography of the lot, just noting that the lot has been combined, it's just our information is a little outdated. This is the surrounding zoning map showing that it is a PUD. And then the future land use map showing that commercial future land use. So per section 4-9A of the Land Development Code, a variance must exhibit meeting 4 different criteria. The first, that there are special conditions or circumstances that exist that are peculiar to the land or structure that are not otherwise applicable to other lands or structures. That the little interpretations of the regulations that would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by others. That the special conditions and circumstances are not the result of the actions of the applicant, and that granting the variance would not confer any special privileges onto the applicant. So here we have the previously approved large-scale site plan that was brought, I believe, end of last year, just showing what was approved for the building. This is their proposed signage package showing those signs on each elevation, with the main ones provided on the north and east. And then it's a little bit small, but this is their signage detailing just how tall these signs actually are, as well as their copy areas. So for staff finding, we found that there are no special conditions or circumstances that exist for the property, like other non-residential sites. They're subject to the same signage requirements. That the little interpretation of the code does not deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties. We believe that the allowed sign area, height, and width is ample for the property. With the added benefit of being a corner lot, there's actual additional signage allowed on each portion of the site fronting a property roadway. That the circumstances for the variance request are the result of the applicant, as they're wanting to increase the maximum allowed based on the signage code, and that granting the variance would confer special privileges onto the applicant. And with that, the PZC heard this item at its June 2nd meeting and made a recommendation of denial. And similarly, staff is also making a recommendation of denial for the City Commission to deny the requested variances for the below items. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, commissioners, anybody have any comments?
Only one. It's super frustrating to me personally having been a member of P and Z, that we spend months, a year, writing a land development code, designing standards. There's absolutely no justification for a variance here at all. Our P and Z recommended denial 5-0, and yet here we sit. I guess that's just part of the deal, but it's super frustrating. This is a great project. District 1 is waiting for this project for a long time, but we're not doing a sign variance. So I'm going to make a motion to deny the variance, and like I said, we love this project. We want this project to succeed. It's great, but there's no sign variances in Ocoee. So that's my opinion.
Okay,
It's a public hearing.
Oh, great, public.
we've got to have the public here.
Oh, perfect.
I'll open up for the public. Anybody in the public have any comments on item number 20? No comments, bring it back to the podium. We want to remake. Anybody up here have comments on that?
From the applicant here?
Anybody, is the applicant here?
I don't believe so, no.
Nope. All right, we'll bring it back. No more comments do you make? Can you remake the
Yes,
motion?
sir. I'll make a motion to deny the variance.
Do I hear a second?
I do have one question.
Oh.
According to the staff report, is this saying that, based on the variance that they're asking for, the sign is a 200% increase from what the ordinance would actually allow for?
So it varies
What is
by,
that?
158%.
yeah, so it varies for each sign, but I think the largest increase is the wall sign on the north elevation, which will be facing Clarkona Ocoee, with about 360% increase in the sign copy area.
Yeah.
Any more, Commissioner?
No.
All right, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wilson. No more comments, let's vote. Oh, I'm sorry, gotta redo it. Can you redo that?
Yes.
All right, let's do it again, all right.
All set?
One more? Did
Oh,
everyone
we're still
vote?
doing something. Oh, we have to read.
Motion,
Motion
wait a
to
minute,
deny
I
passes.
got confused on that, baby.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Do you want me to reset it?
You voted no.
I get it.
No, yes to deny the variance.
Yeah, I'm voting yes.
Okay,
Reset it.
Who?
okay, we're denying it, a yes means we're denying it.
Yes.
A no
Yes.
means, yes. If you're denying it, it's yes.
Okay, we got it.
If you're wanting to have.
Let's do it
Okay.
again.
Okay,
All right, sorry about that.
All right.
here we go.
All right,
You got it messed up too?
Yes means we're denying, no
you
means you
deny
wanna
it?
go with it.
I mean, you're voting yes for it?
Are you?
So no?
The motion was to deny, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I got it. Let's do it
This is,
again.
you don't want the double negative.
Yeah, we don't want the double
Can we
negative.
call for a voice vote?
You don't like that?
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
I got caught up in the motion to deny as opposed to
Well,
the
when
motion.
we have negatives, there's hard
Okay.
to,
Okay,
Very good.
one more time.
do you want, go ahead and voice.
Is it,
Yeah.
All right,
we want to make sure Commissioner Oliver's vote is correctly
all right, let's go
calculated.
vote.
I got it now.
Vote.
All right.
There you go. Motion carried. Yes.
For
The
denial.
denial. All right. Okay, all right. No regular agenda, mayor's announcements. Where that baby at there? Here you go. All right. July events, cookies and milk with a cop. Happened on July the 10th and 24th at the West Oaks Library from 10:30 a.m. through 11:30 a.m. Children can enjoy story time with the Ocoee Police Department. Registration is required. Visit ocoee.org for more information. Family Recreation Day happening on Saturday, July the 18th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Gem Beach Center. Enjoy a day with your family and join us for the rides, games, and free pool admission. August events, budget workshops will take place on Wednesday, April the 5th, and if needed, Wednesday, August the 19th. Workshops are open to the public and will be held at 6 PM in the commission chamber. All right, so I've got a comment, I want to make it during this time, and before I do my part at the end. I want to make a couple comments about Music Fest. I don't know, with what's going on with the state, with what's going on with the fire fees, I've asked the city to let's postpone it, so maybe the next year. We're at a time where citizens are gonna have to, we gotta address things for the fire fee going up, and we also have to affect what's gonna happen when they do the tax thing. So before that, I'd rather go ahead and just, after 30-something years, we haven't missed, but this is a year, I think, and it's where we need to take a look at it and see what happens with the budget and not do it this year. So November the 14th and 15th, I think it was, or 13th and 14th of November. So we'll put it off, but I've also asked the Recreation Department, Leisure Services, maybe we put on 2 or 3 little ones, things during the fall, like we had the music this past weekend. We do once a month for 2 or 3 months. We can do little things and bring them in just for the citizens and stuff. And it breaks my heart to do that because a lot of people have already called me, but I haven't said anything to anybody. I talked to the city manager about it and Leisure Services, but I think this is the time when we gotta face up what's gonna happen with the fire fee, with the taxes. So I think it's time we hold back and use that money to help the citizens with the fire fee and that deal. So I will put it out, notifications to citizens, and we'll try to do this in maybe next year. But we can try to have some kind of little entertainment things, maybe once a month back in the fall. So, and maybe have some enjoyment with that. So I just wanted everybody to know up front. So I don't know what y'all think about it. If you think it's okay, say yeah. If you don't,
I agree. I think we have to be good stewards of the funds, and we don't know what we're kind of looking forward ahead to. And, you know, folks enjoyed, like the other night, the America 250 celebration, the 4th of July. We had a great turnout. Folks enjoy coming down, and those kind of events, again, I think they bring joy to the folks who live here. And I agree. We just don't know where we're going at this point.
so
Yeah.
I'm agreeable.
Yeah, I agree. We're facing so many uncertainties right now when it comes to budgeting and taxes and fees, so I certainly agree. We can pivot to do something for the citizens on a smaller scale and still, have our neighbors come out to meet each other and have a good time without breaking the bank.
yeah. All right.
I'd like to discuss it more during the budget workshop, like what the plan would be.
Right.
I love Music Fest. I think it's proper and right to have a free concert for the citizens of Ocoee. I wonder if there's a way to differentiate. There's a whole lot of people who come to Music Fest who aren't citizens of Ocoee, and I don't know if we could charge tickets to those people or something or what, but I'd love to have a discussion during the budget workshop and come up with ideas and see what we can do to fund. And I agree with Commissioner Wilson and with Commissioner Oliver. I think putting a little more budget in some of the smaller events, like we did with July 4th and the fireworks, and we did that with Veterans Day. Those are great events, and people love them. So maybe we can set some time aside in the workshop.
Yeah, I will tell you that it's, in the prior years, it was a lot simpler and a lot easier to get donations.
Yeah.
I went out and got a lot of donations over the past years. Ever since COVID, it has been a downhill slide trying to do that. So much as I'd rather look after the citizens and take care of them than, and it's our citizens who are helping us do this.
Yep.
So, but to get the donations is just tough. So right now, I'd rather adjust and look at what we can do to help the citizens towards coming to that. We can work on what we want to do next year, but I think that we put on local, I had some people the other night tell me they'd like to see us do that like we did the other night. And it'd be a music night. People would come down with their chairs, cushions, or whatever.
Yeah.
We put on different type music once a month. for 2 or 3 months till it gets cold or something, then we move on with that. That way it's a small stage. The stages are just 1/10 of what it would cost, and music is too, so we'll look at that.
Do you need us to do something? I know Commissioner Kennedy just mentioned about looking at during budget. Do you need something for us to say now to vote that, so you can stop?
I think we just
don't know
bring
if
it up
you-
at the
have you done
budget.
Have you done any contracting with folks?
Yeah, we do it.
I've already taken care of that.
Okay.
We have contracts, but we didn't sign them. I didn't want to sign them yet. I wanted to come to you personally here tonight and bring it out. I didn't want to do something and not tell you what we're doing. We've already addressed it with the guy that does the music stuff and all that.
Okay.
So,
I just didn't want to
no,
start contracts and have.
no, I wouldn't sign nothing until we had it. But it's just, I've thought about it a lot the last few months, and I just think with what's going on with this tax deal and the other things, it's just like the fire fee.
Yep.
I think we take and address the issues we got facing us with that before we do the other.
I agree.
All right?
Good-
Okay.
good decision.
We'll do that during the budget. All right, Commissioner Kennedy.
I'm sure the mayor will be making statements and other things, but I just, we received a notification that former Commissioner Grogan passed. There's going to be a wake, a service in his honor Friday, July 24th at 7 p.m. at the Lake Shore Center. But I just wanted to take a moment as the commissioner for District 1 that has walked in his footsteps and sits in his chair to say a few words briefly. I'm sure there will be many other opportunities that we'll all remember and honor his service. But I remember the very first time that former Commissioner Hood introduced me to Commissioner Grogan, and I met him. And he was a tremendous advocate for District 1 and for the city at large. He served with honor and grace. I saw him in some of the best times and some of the worst times. His demeanor and his graciousness and his love of the city was just unparalleled. And we're very sad to hear of his passing. Our thoughts are with former detective, his wife, Michelle Grogan, who just continues to do amazing work on cold cases with the police department to wide acclaim. They just led a life of service and love for our city. And I just wanted to share that Melita and I know the entire commission and the staff, our hearts are broken and our thoughts and our prayers are with them. And we look forward to celebrating and honoring his life at the service. Again, it's going to be Friday, July 24th at the Lake Shore. It's such a privilege and an honor to serve, as I said, in his footsteps. And thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
Commissioner Wilson.
Nothing I can say any better than that. Commissioner Grogan is a very special person to all of us in the commission. I don't have anything at this point besides.
Mr. Oliver.
I certainly agree with the sentiments of Commissioner Kennedy regarding Commissioner Grogan. He served the city very well, and he will be truly missed, I'm sure, by his family and the friends and relatives that he have here in the city of Ocoee. I only just have one thing regarding the heat. It's been really hot out here this summer. I did find out that last year, 2 years ago, 2024, was recorded as the state hottest since 1895. And right now, in 2026, we're climbing to some of the same heights of heat. And I just want to give some information about heat stroke, things that most people don't even know about heat stroke. You can still sweat and still suffer from heat stroke. It has no warning signs. You do not always get heat exhaustion first. Heat stroke can strike suddenly without any prior symptoms. Hydration is a shield. I'm sorry, hydration is not a shield. Drinking plenty of water is very important, but it does not make you immune from heat stroke. And your brain first and body second. Heat stroke impacts your brain before you might realize your core temperature is high. So those are some of the things that we may or may not know about heat stroke. So just wanted to pass along that information because it is so hot, and we have to take care of ourselves when it comes to the heat out here. And I have one final thought, and that thought is having a sharp memory is a good quality for the brain, but the ability to forget the unwanted things is a far better quality of the heart. Live in peace and not in pieces. Thank you. That's all I have.
Well, I have been helping with the, Mr. Grove, my wife and his wife have been helping his wife and children, his daughter, get things put together for the July 24th. I will say that, a little humor to John is when I first met John years ago, and he took over when Commissioner Hood got out, I thought to myself, well, I thought I had a problem with my southern talk, but that Boston talk really took the cake. And it was a little hard getting adjusted to John, but John was a super good guy. And a lot of people didn't realize the things that John did. He was really moving to town later and the thing, and his ability to talk to people was great. He loved Ocoee. He loved doing things. He told me in the hospital back a few months ago that I went over one day to see him, and he told me, he said, Rusty, he said, as soon as I get better, I'm going to think I'm going to run again. I said, well, John, that would be great. So he was, one of the things, when I went that day, he loved donuts. He liked donuts, so I took him donuts. But he was always in a good humor. He never was not sitting up on that bed. He wasn't down. He wasn't complaining. He was just talking about the city, about what the things we do and how we do it. But I will tell you something else about John. I don't know if you know this, but John was was a gymnast in high school. He went on to become a sub for the Olympics back then as a gymnast. So I looked at John when he told me that, and I thought to myself, well, I just can't believe that. But he was. I seen some of the papers and all that stuff. So he was just a good person. He lived up there. He loved to get on his porch in the afternoons and smoke a cigar. So I would bring him cigars from where I'd go to. But he was just a good person with a good wife who was one of our police officers in our town and a detective. His daughter is now finished college, and she's a police officer in Winter Garden, right, Chief? Yeah, she's a police officer in Winter Garden. And his son, I think he works, I don't know, I think he works for Ace. He not there anymore? I'm not sure. Yeah, he was. But I think it's hard to look at it and think about it not being able to go talk to him on the porch and see stuff. But like I said, I'll miss that attitude he had, but he was a good person, and we'll all get a chance to voice our opinions and talk about him at the reception. Once again, I appreciate everybody being here tonight. I hope you got to see the July 4th celebration. Once again, it was super. Our staff, even with the rain that came early, they were back and prepared. They were ready for it, and they had the people signing the Declaration of Independence. They had the horse riding, and it was a joke. Pauline was riding the horse, Pauline Revere. So it was just a good turnout. All of a sudden, the people just started swooping back in, and it was super. So once again, the leisure services and the department is excellent. They do wonderful stuff. If you see any of them, just tell them they do a great job. And like I said, I hope everybody have a good week. We'll see you in 2 weeks.